Everyone, welcome to Transport Fever. This game came out yesterday, and today we're playing it. I did play a little bit of it to start out, but let's do the tutorial.
A trade needs to be learned, and that applies to future transport tycoons too. Learn how to gain an overview of your empire and obtain key figures for your business. How to build your first yards of road and lay your first railroad tracks. This tutorial will teach you the basic operations of the game.
Complete the special task at the end of the first tutorial. Let's start.
Direct and manage your future transport company and take your first steps on the way to becoming a successful transport tycoon.
Alright, so if at any point you are unsure where the current task is taking place, simply click on the crosshair in the upper left-hand corner of the task menu. The upper left-hand corner of the task menu. Okay, cool. Basics. Okay, that's cool. So start tutorial.
Get an overview of your transport empire.
Okay. Oh, hey. Okay, so this is kind of small. It's pretty basic. Move the cameras, WASD. Yes, I can't because my mouse keeps going on to my other computer screen. And so I have to use WASD. That's okay. Rotate with Q. E, R, and F, I'm just going to use the mouse, and scroll back, use the mouse too. X key, X and Z, again, I'm just going to use the wheel just to do that. Windows can be repositioned by moving the mouse over them, kind of like this one, for example, while holding down the left mouse button, which I'm doing. Cool. Go to next.
This is how to lead your company and get to know the needs of your customers. You can interact with objects in the world by left-clicking on them.
Click on a person or a vehicle to learn about its destination. Alright, so we'll click on this guy right here. He's going home, which is located right here in a townhouse. Click on any city building to find out more about their capacity. So, residence 5, escape key, cancels. Okay, cool.
Develop your infrastructure. The construction menu and line manager are located at the bottom of the screen.
I already used that, yeah. So in construction menu, you can lay tracks and roads and build stations, bus stops, truck stations, airports, and harbors. There you will also find signals, depots, and separate sub-menu for landscaping. On the left of the same bar is the line manager, which you can use to control which vehicles are traveling where. On the right is the demolition tool, which you can use to remove buildings, roads, and railroad tracks, and etc. Okay, so that button right there. Cool.
Decide for yourself how quickly time flies. The buttons to control the game speed can be found in the bottom right corner of the screen.
The game can be played at 1x, 2x, or 4x of speed. Of course, this can also be paused by that button right there. Okay, on we go.
Stay up to date with what's going on.
On the left
in the bottom left area of the screen, you will find information about cities, industries, and vehicles.
Oh, right there? I didn't know that. Oh, that's cool to know. What is that? I haven't seen that. Obtain a quick overview of the size of the cities and the capacity of industries. I don't really like using that. I could just press on this Schaffhausen. I could just click on the name and it'll tell me right there. In the list of stations, you can see at a glance if cargo or passengers are being held up anywhere. The list of lines provide a good overview of whether they are profitable or not. Oh, I did not mean to do that. Crap. On we go.
Find out about the terrain. In the bottom right section of the screen, you can display various overlays, such as contour lines and land use.
Oh, yeah, that's good to know. Especially when building a train. Not that. Especially when building trains, you're really going to want to use the contour lines. Okay, so use the land overview to find out where areas in a city are located. Oh, that's cool. Okay, so residential is green, blue. Okay, so I like how they have that right in the middle of the city, and industrial being right there. Okay, that's good to know. And then displaying contour is helpful when planning rail lines, as I just said. And the navigatable waters overlay shows you whether or not ships can navigate in a body of water. Okay, so yeah, that's good to know. I'm guessing green is navigatable. Okay, that's good enough.
Be well advised in your business activities. At the top center of the screen, you will find hints and warnings. Here you can also choose what information about vehicles and stations appear in the game world.
Okay, Use the filter function to search specifically for objects you are looking for in the game. The area also notifies you about the completion of tasks or if you earned a medal. Good to know. Let's go.
Know what currently needs to be done in your company. You will find current tasks and information about medals and achievements in the top left corner.
Take a look at the list of medals during the mission to find out which ones you have already earned and how to obtain those that you haven't. So that one right there.
Need a break?
In the game menu,
The game menu is found in the top right.
Right there. We were already in that. That's where I shut off the music. In the game menu, you can save and quit the current game.
Show your skills and build your first road. Connect the green and the red areas with a road.
Alright, let's move this down here. This will just make it easier for me. I like how I can move the screen, you know? We're so professional. Do this by selecting any road from the... If you are satisfied with the results, confirm construction by clicking out. As long as the texts have not been resolved, they'll be listed in the screen and can be reopened at any time. Did we do that? Maybe... Oh, I see. Yeah.
Lay your first track. Connect the green and the red areas with a track.
Alright, let's use the basic railroad track. Hey, now! Can we use like a old-fashioned... Kind of like that one. I kind of like that one. Now I'm just now it's kind of lame. Let us buy this one. Yay!
Congratulations! You've learned the basic controls. Now, earn your first accolade on your road to building a transport empire. You can earn medals in the campaign mode by completing additional optional tasks. This often requires quick, effective, or anticipatory action. Put what you've learned about the controls to use. Look for areas highlighted in yellow and blue on the map, and connect them with tracks.
Yellow and blue. Okay, so like this one, we could probably just do something like this, I think. Or we could even just excavate that, but I think, yeah, see, sometimes it's not able to do that. And yeah, that would cost a lot of money. You did it! You have finished the basics! Continue playing. Let's go to the next one. What does that mean, cannery? Yay. Did we do that? Is that it? I think that's it. I think we have to go on to the next one. Let me be right back.
Residents of the cities want to go shopping and to work. Well, they might not necessarily want to go to work, but they certainly need someone to get them there. Ensure happy commuters on local and long-distance transport. In this tutorial, you will be transporting your first passengers by bus and train.
Cool, let's go.
Prove that you know a thing or two about transportation and take your passengers home to work or shopping.
If at any point you are unsure where the... Yep, okay. Start tutorial.
A bus service is all fine and dandy, but before the bus sets off, it'll need to know where it's going. Bus lines are often used for passenger transport within a city. A few steps are necessary to set up such a line.
Select a bus stop from the main menu, from the menu at the bottom of the screen, which is right here. The first bus line runs in the residential district, runs from the residential district to the commercial area. Land use can be shown in the overlay menu at the bottom right-hand corner of the screen. Bus stops cannot be placed in an intersection. Zoom in closer to the road in order to control the placement better. Yeah, that's kind of nice. We gotta go to this one. Ooh, is this like a really old bus stop? That's kind of nice. Although I don't know. Oh, gotta move this guy down here to where I like it. Can we just like start the line anywhere? Because I kind of want to be a little bit professional about this. No, let's just go on the outer edges here and then go inbound. Where does it want us to go? Let's go this way. Let's go in the center here. Let's be professional bus people. And eventually, if there is a lot of traffic...
The first step has been completed. Now we need to make sure that something actually stops at the bus stop. To do this, connect the two stops with a line. Click on the Line Manager in the menu below and then select New Line. The two stops can now be assigned to the line by clicking on the bus stop icons.
Okay, but... okay. New line. Let's add a station. Move this right here. There's a lot of sub-menus. Excuse me, is that what it is? I have to think. I don't know. Apologize. My computer skills are not being smart today. Sub windows. I don't know. I should know what these are called. Dang.
Next, build a depot. Depots are needed to purchase vehicles.
I know you dang.
Select the road vehicle depot from the construction
Yeah.
menu and build it in the area
I
highlighted
hear you,
in
buddy.
yellow.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you, dang fool. All right. Let's get this guy going in here. I already built a bus depot on my other map because I was testing stuff out. I built a train depot, and I think we're gonna do American map when we do the free flight.
Almost there. Now you need to purchase a
That was
suitable
almost
vehicle.
right outside of that.
Click on the depot, select Buy Road Vehicle, and buy a bus.
Let's just buy this one. Let's buy 6.
The bus driver is just raring to get started, so assign the bus to the line. Click on Very good. The bus is en route to the first stop, and the first residents have already heard about the new service. Passengers are now heading to the bus stop and are waiting for the bus to travel from their homes to work or to go shopping. Wait until the first passenger has traveled from the first stop to the second.
I want to close that. Okay, that was kind of annoying. So we got 6 buses. I wouldn't normally get so many buses. I would get that many buses to begin with. 6 buses, I think, are a good number of buses to begin with. And this is a rather large town. My other ones on my other map, I think they were expanding a little bit, but I don't know. I want to test this stuff out, see stuff become cities, you know? So like we could probably connect this with that, and that would, I think, make oil or something like that, and then send it over here. So this is like the construction site, and eventually these construction sites will become buildings. So if you destroy something, for example, if I was to destroy these 2 buildings, something really tiny would be built right here, just like City Skyline. And there is something that came out with this too, just like City Skyline. I find this one right here. Press this. It's like you're driving, you know? Kind of nice little feature. Speed up the game quality here. Anybody play Train Fever? I think is what the game was called. This is made by the same creators, and it's honestly, I think it's a better version of that. I like this one much better than I like Train Fever. Well, when you think about it, Train Fever came out like how many years ago? 2 or 3. So Transport Fever, I don't know. I like the controls. The building isn't that bad either. I like the building. The building's pretty good in this game. The train building especially. I do like that.
Local transport is running splendidly, so let's turn our hand to commuter transport. For this purpose, construct a railroad line between the cities. Start by building train stations. Select the passenger station from the construction menu and place one in each of the colored areas.
Yeah. Oh, it ain't gonna let me build that one? That's depressing. Okay, you know what? We don't need to do that right now, so let's just build this one for money reasons. And then let's build the other one. We also got to build the other one all the way over there.
Now that the local transit is working well, it's time to turn our attention to commuter travel to the next city. Let's lay some tracks. Select the track from the construction menu and connect the 2 train stations.
I like the building. The building is really nice in this game. And if you see these circles, these are basically the speeds that this train will travel on the track. So before I do this, if you're traveling on a straight track, it becomes 120. But here, like, it would be easier if I show you on this one. Well, like, if I turn it, you can see that the speed obviously becomes shorter, you know, 53 miles an hour, or kilometers, whatever it's in. It does become shorter, so that's also a good thing you want to take into account. And the slower the train moves, the more money it will spend per, hour or whatnot.
Let's set up a line whose very name will bring tears to the eyes of commuters. Tears of joy on Friday evenings, and tears. Now you need a train to deploy on the line.
Yep,
Just like road vehicles, trains are purchased at a depot. However, a depot with a rail connection is required.
I hear you.
Select the train depot from the construction menu and build it in time to purchase a train to swallow up all those commuters.
Not yet. We don't even
Click
have a
on the
connection.
depot and select Buy Train and buy a locomotive with at least 1 passenger coach.
There is one thing to look at too. If you see this, and if we were to accept this, you will notice that it is not connected. You want to make sure, be careful when you're doing these because this is not connected. I did make that mistake a few times in my other playthrough that I was doing on my other map. You want to make sure, because you see like that isn't connected, you'll know when it's connected. You need to see how it snaps like that, see? You want it to snap, and then you can see it's now connected. That's one thing that you want to look out for when you're doing this, because I messed up on that a few times. See, like, that one isn't connected. Yeah, see? You can kind of see how it snaps into place a little bit. See? Boom. See how it's all connected? Because because basically when you do this, it's basically like saying, like, hey, you want to basically build across this, you know what I mean? That's what that's basically saying when, you know, if you have that type of deal going on. You're trying to build across. So that's one thing you want to keep a close eye on. Let us buy a train. What's your highest quality train that y'all own? Let's buy this guy. Let's buy him. Okay. 1.
Let the journey begin.
6.
Assign the train to the line.
Yeah, I hear ya.
To do so, click on the line icon and the commuters are coming. They're crowding on the platform
They
and
are,
are waiting
like,
eagerly
freaking
for the
out,
train
ain't
to
they?
take them to the other city.
Look at that. The detail on these trains are amazing. And I was looking at the American trains, and the detail is amazing on them. I have to be completely honest. Like, just look, and look, they even added, like, inside. See that? They even added, like, an inside view, and let me see. They also added a driver and, like, a coal tender guy in there. You can kind of see them in there. If I hover over it, you can kind of see that guy standing there. I thought that was kind of cool. And when the passengers get into the vehicle, into here, you can actually see them, which I thought was pretty cool too. So let's have this guy running here. Let's play it in this view. I just think that this is one of the coolest views ever. To be honest with you, that's just like one of the coolest views ever. It's like me being in my own movie, you know? Heading for Innsbruck, Rwanda. We've killed 10 people. Without fire ants. Then the train will stop and will automatically turn around. I know that's kind of, I don't know. It's not really that realistic how the train just kind of turns around, like, magically. But it does make things kind of easier because you don't have to worry about it wasting all that time, you know? Follow the guy outside. They did a good job on this game so far, I have to say. So some of the train commands, you can stop the train if needed. You know, if you got another train crossing by, you know, or maybe you want one train, you know, you have a train on a siding and you want him to go first. Stop this train, that guy will go first, or you can stop him. And then this is turnaround, so you press this and the train will basically turn around and go in the opposite direction. This one, they will go to the depot. They will automatically go to the depot if they have a route. So, like, let's say that connection wasn't there, it would not know, like, if that rail line wasn't right there, this train would not know how to get to the depot. It cannot work out that it has to go here and then reverse. So that's one thing to keep in account too. This one, if your train's already running and you don't want to go back to the depot, this is kind of like, okay, cool, you know, you can send them to a line easily. Press this to start the train going again. Look at how smooth this game plays. It's so smooth. I like that. Like, there's no lag or anything. That's really, really nice. That's so smooth. Now, I don't know what year it is. I think it's like 1950 or something like that. Hey, Mr. Schaefer-Olsen. 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 Going to Schaefer-Olsen. Look at all that traffic on the left-hand side. Dang. So, cool. The detail in this game is amazing. Except for the fact that they don't have the day and night cycle, but I don't really care. It's kind of nice that they don't have day and night cycle. It would make things kind of difficult, especially when building. Task, and that'll be on. Speed this guy up, get him some passengers. After a while, they will eventually work out that they can take a train. They will eventually work out that there's a train waiting for them. I'm pretty sure that eventually some people will walk. I might need to connect that bus line, or maybe these guys will get... Yeah, see, look. No. I like, yeah, that woman's just way in the middle of the road. She's like, I don't care what y'all, really, she's going the other way? Really, y'all are going the other way? There's the train again. Just wasting our money, man. Although, this isn't my money, it's the game's money, so I don't really care, you know? Oh, look, people took the line. We gotta transport 10 people. So, oh, look, yeah, people are taking the line. On my one map that I was playing on, there's like, there's like 80 riders per train that I have going there, so it's pretty nice. I think that when we get 10 people, yeah, so we have like, how many people are on the train right now? 23! That's enough people to, hold on, yo. Oh, it's already the end. It's like riding a roller coaster. I just thought of something. You did it! You finished the passenger transport. Return to the main menu and go on to the next.
The city needs you. Make the regional economy blossom and ensure that your city experiences a veritable boom. Your logistical skill is the most powerful economic driving force far and wide. In this tutorial, you will supply a city with goods.
Oh, so exciting. Let's go.
Other needs than merely being chauffeured around. The city needs cargo for commercial and industrial operations, as these allow the city to grow even more. Time to boost the economy.
Okay. So, yep, same thing.
Create jobs and shopping facilities. Become the region's economic driving force. There's a whole range of goods. 6 of them are so-called end products that can be delivered to the city.
All right, so, okay. So supplying the city promotes their growth. It creates more jobs and shopping facilities, which can turn into results in more people living there.
Businesses that produce cargo for final consumption in the city are located outside of the cities. Here's a factory that manufactures construction material, for example. Construction material is one of the end products used by the city, and they require the raw material stone for their production.
All right. So construction material is one of the end products. Okay.
Stone is mined in a quarry. The quarry doesn't need any goods to function, and thus forms the start of the production chain. The quarry has already begun producing stone and is depositing the cargo in its outbound warehouse. Your aim is to deliver these goods to the construction material factory.
Okay, here we go.
The quarry needs customers. Ensure that the stone it produces finds its way to the construction material factory. After all, there's always a demand for construction material in a growing city. Build freight stations in the red and green areas.
It's not that. It's not that. You're all the way over there? Okay, we might be able to... Okay, goods require... Let's build a train, because I feel like it. Oh, yeah, look, it's even asking us to build a train anyway, so... That, yeah, not like we have a choice. So, M and N, one thing you might be wondering is M and N is to do this. M and N key. That's a mouthful of words. Fills that up. Or turns these left and right. M turns it right. N turns it left. I almost said the opposite. God.
The stations have been constructed.
Yay.
Now there's nothing standing in the way of those rolling stones, except perhaps some uneven terrain. Nothing that money can't solve, but it still pays to plan the line carefully. Connect the freight stations with tracks.
Okay. Let's get going. I think... Let's open up contour lines real quick. Take a look at this. Oh, it's not that bad right there. I was thinking it was going to be a little bit worse. I don't think it's that bad, at least. Until we get there and we're realizing that we're paying over $10,000. So yeah, see like how kind of like... Seeing the place of where you want to construct this differs the pay. So, like, I think that's probably the cheapest. 20K. I would be a little bit more cautious about this, but, you know, whatever, for time's sake. Alright, so this is one of the problems that I sometimes have, is too much curvature on these. That is not a problem. We can just connect this a little bit out here. Kind of like that in a way. No, what the heck? Alright, whatever. Oh. Alright. Dang fool. Alright, there we go, see?
Soon we'll be able to send the stone on its way. Luckily, a stone is much less demanding than a commuter. Create a line and add the freight stations.
Why are you up there? I don't need you right now. Hold on one second. I gotta figure out how to shut this off. Actually, no, I don't. I don't even have to worry about that. All this stuff. All this jazz. What did it want me to do? So create a line.
Now we need a freight train. Next, build a depot. Depots are needed to buy vehicles.
They're right.
Select the train depot from the construction menu and build it in the area highlighted in yellow.
Oh, really? Why do I have to build it right there? Oh, real? Why do I have to build it all the way over here?
Now you need a train that can deliver the stones from the quarry to the factory. Click on the depot and select Buy Train, and buy a locomotive with an additional 5 open cars. Make sure that the cars can transport stones.
That is one thing that you want to make sure too.
Click on the quarry and the construction material factory to learn more about production.
Okay, so I don't know where we left off. My video recorder just crashed at random. So I don't really know where the video stopped at. I'm thinking it didn't stop that much. But anyways, I don't know how much we missed. It's one day later. I haven't reviewed the footage. But anyways, we made a train line from there to here. 6 cars on this train right here. 6 cars? 8. That's 8. My mistake. So, let's get going. Whew. These guys. What do we gotta do? Wait until the cargo of stone has been delivered. 1951? Did they have these in 1951? I'm not sure. It's really only 1951. Hey, look, they're gonna start bringing stuff. You filled? Yes, you are. Wait, whoa, hey. Hey, come on. Ooh, that says armor 3 over my pause menu. Here's the pause button. There we go. I guess I probably could have just pressed stop, right? Oh, only one of these cars are filled? Oh, I know why. That's right. Only one of these cars was set to stone. All the other ones were set to
Excellent.
coal.
The first delivery of stone has reached the factory. The factory will now process the stone into construction materials. Stones are taken from the inbound. The factory's warehouse is filling up. Set up a truck line into the city to transport the construction materials. Build a truck station in each of the colored areas.
Iron, no, stone, stone. I gotta change this all to stone because I realized that the other parts were all coal and that's not potential. So, get the coal, set you on line number 1. There you go, see now it's all stone. Alright, so what did you want me to do? So, connect truck line with this row. Connects truck stations. Where's the truck station when I end up at? Okay. I hear you. Okay, let's do that. So, go right here. Large truck station. I could use that on my other map.
All that's missing now is a suitable road vehicle for transportation into the city. Next, build a depot. Depots are needed to buy trucks.
They are.
Almost there. The economic miracle is close at hand. Just a couple more logistical wrinkles to iron out, and the city will be supplied with construction material.
Yay, right.
Click on the depot, select Buy Road Vehicle, and buy a truck.
Hold your dang horses, you fool. There you go, done. Are you already losing money? The line didn't even open yet. Let's buy a Blitz truck.
The truck now needs to be assigned to a line. You can set up the line as before via the line. Congratulations! The city will soon receive its first cargo delivery. Let the boom begin.
Y'all processing that? Yes, you are. Are y'all using the line yet? No, because it hasn't yet worked out that there's a line moving here. How are y'all working? Are y'all doing good? Or are y'all freaking out? Or y'all doing good? How much coal you got? You got 6 stone? Uh-oh. Okay. I'm sorry. Oh my, I have not yet used the airports in this game yet. I want to use the airports. I haven't yet used them. Are you all done with that yet? Alright, are y'all doing this thing that's like, y'all sending iron in there? 10%, can you show that 10% of the demand of the construction materials is satisfied? Innsbruck. 10%? 290 times 0.10. What is that? Calculator. 200 and what? 293 times 0.10. There we go. We did it. Alright, let's return to the main menu. This, I think, is going to do it for the first episode. And the tutorial even. We're done, look. See? We're all done. Anyways, that's going to do it for us. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Please rate, comment, and subscribe. See you later. Peace.